let's get right into it and tackle the one question every English learner asks. What is the real secret to achieving fluency? Well, let's find out together.
You've seen them, right? All those ads online promising you'll be fluent in just 30 days. It's such a tempting idea. The thought of unlocking a whole new language in a month. But is it for real? Or is it just another myth? Okay, here's the truth. There's no magic wand for fluency. It's a journey, and like any journey, you need the right map and the right mindset to get there. So if it isn't magic, then what's actually stopping so many smart, dedicated learners from making progress?
I bet a lot of you know this feeling all too well. It's called the learning plateau. It's that super frustrating point where it feels like no matter how hard you work, you're just stuck. You're not getting any better. So let's break down why that happens. First up, the big one, way too much focus on grammar. I mean, we spend hours and hours memorizing all these complicated rules, right? We fill notebooks with verb tenses and prepositions, but then the moment we need to actually speak, our mind just goes completely blank. And that obsession with getting the grammar perfect, it leads directly to problem number 2, a paralyzing fear of making mistakes. We get this idea that every single sentence has to be flawless before we say it out loud. And that fear, well, it makes us hesitate, or worse, not speak at all.
So what's the result of all that? It just crushes our confidence. You can have this huge vocabulary and know all the grammar rules in the book, but if you're not confident enough to actually use it, you just say silence. And that, right there, is the heart of the learning plateau.
So yeah, this feeling actually has a name, a learning plateau. And it's a totally normal thing. It's that moment when all the fast progress you made at the beginning seems to just stop. But you know what? Just knowing it's a real thing is the very first step to breaking right through it. So what we really need is a huge shift in how we think about this. Look, on the left, you've got the old, ineffective way. Chasing perfection, memorizing rules, being terrified of mistakes. Honestly, that road just leads to a dead end. But on the right, that's the path to real fluency, focusing on communication, surrounding yourself with the language, and learning by actually doing. That's the mindset shift we have to make. And this new approach, this is what I call the fluency mindset. And no, it's not some secret hack. It's just a powerful, practical way to learn that puts communicating in the real world way ahead of being perfect in a textbook. The fluency mindset really boils down to 3 simple pillars. First, immersion. You got to surround yourself with English. Second, active practice. You have to use the language, not just study it. And third, you have to learn from your mistakes instead of running from them. So what does this actually look like in your daily life? Well, immersion is as simple as listening to a podcast on your way to work or watching your favorite show in English. But here's the key, with English subtitles, not subtitles in your language. And active practice? That means speaking, today, right now, even if your sentences are messy. It's all about just connecting and communicating. Now, this is probably the most important part. We have to completely change how we see our mistakes. Think about it. Every error you make is like a little signpost pointing directly to what you need to work on. They're not failures, they're just data. In fact, your mistakes are your absolute best teachers. Okay, so we've talked about the problem, we've talked about the right mindset. Now, let's get to the single biggest rule, the most important thing you can start doing for your English, literally right now. This is it. I want you to really let that sink in. What's the whole point of language? It's to share ideas, to connect, to communicate. It's not about saying a grammatically perfect sentence every time. If people understand you, guess what? You are succeeding. So the big takeaway here is simple. Start speaking from day 1. Don't wait around until you feel ready, because you'll be waiting forever. You get ready by doing it. So talk to yourself in the mirror, find a friend online, order your coffee in English, just start. Look, if you forget everything else from this explainer, please remember this. Focus on making a little bit of progress every single day. Stop worrying about being perfect. Fluency is built from thousands of imperfect, messy sentences, not a handful of perfect ones. Progress is always greater than perfection. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. Think about it for a second. What's the one thing that's really holding you back? Is it grammar? Is it confidence? Something else? Because figuring that out, that's your real first step to finally breaking through your own learning plateau.